so let's look at this last problem for this week. It involves solving volume. Alright, so it tells me the total volume of a bed frame is 250 feet cubed. If the height is 2 feet, what could be the dimensions of the base? Alright, so we're going to go back to our volume formula. And so looking at this volume formula, what do we have? What are we missing? Okay, so we have our total volume. We're missing our base. And we have our height, which is 2 feet. Okay, so that's the first step. Now we have to divide 250 by 2 so that we can figure out what our base could be. Alright? So, I'm going to do that. 2 goes into 250. 1, subtract, bring down my 5, goes 2. And that's 50. And 2 goes into 10 5 times. Subtract 10 gives me 0. So, I know that my base equals 125 feet squared. But the problem is we didn't answer the question. The question wants to know, what could the dimensions be of the base? So we know our base equals length times width. So what kind of ways could we break this into 2 groups to equal 125? Well, I know I can't use divide by 2 because it's an odd number. And I know we can't use 3 because when I add all those digits up, it's not divisible by 3. But one number I do know I can definitely use is 25 because I think about money, and 125 is $1.25. So then I can divide it by 25. So I'm going to try way 1. So then 25, and if it's 25, it'd be 25 times 5. So that could be my dimensions. And remember, this could be the length or the width. This could be the length or the width, depending on which one you put first. So what other dimensions could it be? Well, just flip it around. 5 times 25. Do you have to find all of them? No. Could you use decimals? You could, but I don't think I would recommend using decimals. But you could. So, we answer the question by saying, what could the dimensions be? Now, let's say that 125 was 120 instead. Then you'd have a lot more. You'd have 4 times 30, 30 and 4. 60 times 2, 2 times 60. But the question just said what could be. So you would just have to find the one that would work, or come up with one that would work. Alright? Next is your turn to practice.